We often hear that, hey, I was in an accident. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what came next.
So we're going to give you the full picture here. We're going to talk about the moment of crash, the moment of impact, to when the case resolves.
Yes. I'm Chris Canterbury.
I'm Michaela Canterbury. We're Kelley-Canterbury, Alaska's Legal Beagles.
That's right. So, Matt, why don't we just start at the beginning, at the scene?
It's a very good place to start.
Right. Well, you should be sure to call 911, right? It's important that the police, document the scene if they can.
Absolutely. And if 911 can't respond for whatever reason, maybe it's a snow day and there's crashes all over the place.
Yeah.
Perhaps you're in a remote area, whatever the reason, document the scene yourself best you can, right? And then there's ways to report online. What's that thing, honey? You can go to the
Department of Motor Vehicles. We'll have a accident report form to fill out yourself as the circumstances on there, and get the who, what, where, when, right? Who hit you? Their contact information, all of that. You're going to have to,
their
document
insurance,
all of that, right?
Their insurance.
Yes. Take photos, get your camera out and take photos of the damage to their car as well as to your car, not just focused on your car, but also let's see what theirs looks like too. Right?
It's really great if you get video and they're like, I'm so sorry this happened. I wasn't looking, or this is my third crash. My mom's going to kill me. So that's the best kind of evidence to get. I love it when that happens.
Yeah, and sometimes at the scene, paramedics may have been called, and they arrive at the scene, and you're pumped up on adrenaline. Maybe you're feeling okay, you think, and you're going to wave it off, or you don't intend to take the ambulance somewhere. You should have the EMS check you out.
Yeah, or you're concerned about the expense. I see a lot of people do that. Oh, I don't want to incur any expense.
Well,
so
if the paramedics are there, it's a good way to document, exactly what they see on things.
Certainly, and they have to generate a report too, and so that's additional evidence, is another person documenting.
That's right. And so, talking about documentation, those next few days, following the accident, it's important that you see your doctor, make a note of what happened, right? See what the examination. It's a way to make their official record that. They document the injuries.
Right, and photographs of bruises and seatbelt burns and those kinds of things. They'll just note those in the record, and it's good to take pictures of that because the bruises fade and the stuff goes away.
You'll probably start getting phone calls from insurance companies. And by the way, if you hadn't called your insurer, you should call them immediately after the accident, right?
Sure.
You have a duty to do that under your policy and to cooperate with them.
And they have a duty to tell you what coverage is available to you, okay? And so you can ask that affirmatively. And they might just jump right into, oh, well, let's get a recorded statement of what happened. And you want to know, first and foremost, what coverage do I have available to me that protects me? Do I have medical payments coverage? If I do, what's the amount I have? Do I have underinsured motorist coverage if the other person didn't have insurance or didn't have enough insurance? So they have a duty to inform you of your coverage, and they'll tell you about your duty. You have a duty to cooperate. You got to give me a statement. Blah, 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 blah. But before that, you want to know. You want them to comply with their duty. What coverage do I have? What's my claim number so I can submit my stuff?
Well, let's be sure you understand, too, who you're talking to, right?
That's true, yeah.
Which insurance company is this? Is the other person's insurer? Mm-hmm. You have no duty to talk to them or give them a recorded statement at that point, all right? Versus your own insurer, it's a little different. In either event, you should have an attorney with you on your side there to help you navigate that.
Yeah, the only person who's looking out for you 110% is your own attorney. The other side's insurance company absolutely is not thinking about you, all right? And your own insurance company, well, the adjusters there, they work for the insurance company. And if they have an opportunity to get a statement from you that says something that neutralizes coverage.
Yeah, right, exactly. So that's one of the earmarks of having an attorney with you that could recognize what kind of questions would be troublesome as far as,
that would negate coverage.
Your coverage, right, and that kind of thing. You should always keep all of your invoices, if you have tow truck receipt, you know, they had to take away the car at the scene, keep that, right? Make sure that you have your rental invoices if you had to rent a car in the meantime while it's being repaired. You know, some of these out-of-pocket costs you should document, you know, with receipts.
Sure. Follow your treatment plan. Get into if there's work limitations, get those as well. That can establish any wage loss or how long you're going to be out from work.
Yeah, and if you're hurting after this accident, it's taken a while to recover, and you're engaged in more treatment. Look, do yourself a favor too. Don't get on your social media, because you know every time you're on there, you're out, you know, showing the good parts of your life. Those things are always discoverable later, right? And they use that to minimize your injuries, right?
Not only
because you
later,
look like you had a happy face on when
it's
you
not
posted
later.
that to
The adjusters
social
are going
medias.
on the social media
Yeah,
and seeing your
exactly.
pictures of your vacations, you know, your pre-planned
Stay off
vacations.
that, man.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And remember, you know, look, hiring an attorney is important for evaluating the fairness of any kind of settlement that you may be offered, right? I mean, it's not good to be on your own thinking, you know, I'm going to save a buck by not hiring an attorney, right? Insurance companies are going to take advantage of that. And, you know, try to settle things really quickly. Sometimes before you even understand or appreciate the scope or extent of your own injuries. That sometimes takes a while before you actually, you know, figure that out. So it's not always in your best interest to
Go DIY it.
Yeah, right, right. There are a lot of things that are nuanced that you may not understand too about liens, you know, and the different parties that would have their hand out to any settlement that you were involved with. That includes your health insurer that paid for some of those costs. They would have a lien. Sometimes the government is paid, you know, whether it's Medicaid or Medicare, and they have a lien.
Well, also I mean, we have experience in this. We've been doing this for a very long time, and how people recover, how long it takes to recover, what kind of treatment is needed, fleshing those things out, and what is needed into the future. We help with that, and so how long is this going to take? That's a question we get. How long is this going to take? You know, we
reasonably it should be longer than 6 months. If it's before that, then you should be suspect about whether or not all of those different components have been addressed, whether it's the scope of your injuries, whether it's your lien situation.
Right. If they're offering you quick money, you know, shortly after the crash, be wary, man, because you're not fully recovered. You don't even know the extent of your injuries. And that's when it's good to come to a lawyer to have an understanding of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we hope that at least lays out sort of what to do after an accident.
Sure, shines a little light on it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But call us, Kelley-Canterbury.com, if you have any questions.
Yeah. We've built our practice to help people through every step. So give us a call.